Hey everybody, welcome to the recap for January 28, 2022. We just had the best Lotto Friday of the year, which is great. Don't mean to, toot my own horn, pat myself on the back a little bit, but we had 1000% trades today, and we had a ton of other trades that worked out nicely. If you guys want, you can head over to my Twitter, and I do post the entire chat log on Fridays, as well as every single trade that we did. There's more, obviously, as the day goes on, but you can see all the trades that worked, all the ones that failed, et cetera, et cetera. Let's just go through some of the highlights because there was literally a ton of trades today. First and foremost, market opened up. I figured, we played some puts and stuff to the downside. What I was noticing on the beginning of the day was on the puts, you didn't really see premiums juice up on the put side. You saw call premiums hold up. So back in my head, I go, okay, that's probably bullish for the market. We're probably going to see continuation higher today. And we started to grab things long. So some of the things that we did end up taking on the long side today, we did. And again, we'll go over the highlights. We did Tesla right out the gate, 850 calls, which ended up getting in the money. That was a nice $546 trade, or 546% trade. We did some now 560 calls in the morning, which ended up getting the money. We got 1000% on that. Afrin, the 56 calls, which ended up getting the money, got 1000% on that. Actually, 1100%. Hood, we did the 11 and 12 call roll out the gate. So one reason I liked Hood was it was trading under book value. As well, it had a decent amount of cash per hand, and it sold off into its earnings, got smashed actually. So I figured, okay, you're going to maybe see a little bit of a bounce, and it potentially see a squeeze. And those 12 calls were super cheap, and they ended up getting the money nicely. That was about a 2150% trade. End of the day, we had some really good ones as well. We had MA, the 370 calls, which ended up being a nice 1000% change. Should have held that one. Could have, obviously made a couple 1000%, but, ended up getting out of that one a little bit early. We also had, we'll talk about the SPY last. We also had now 555 calls, which we took on this little dip down here into the 50 MA. Basically when we pulled into the bottom end pivot and held on the, held that level and held the bottom Celt, I was thinking market's going to potentially squeeze into close. And I actually told one of the moderators about 2 hours before the close, you can see right here, SPY target 442 if that downtrend breaks, and the downtrend did break, and we got into 442 in the close. So we had that now call, which is the 555s, which ended up getting 1000% on, great trade. And then we had the SPY calls as well, which we took the 338s, which ended up getting in the money, pushing towards the 442, ended up being 1000% and change on that trade, as well as we had the 442 roll, which I gave you guys on Twitter for free. If you wanted it, which ended up being a 400 or 500% trade. A couple other trades that I gave you guys on Twitter was Zoom, and we also did this in the room, the 145 calls for 500%. And I think I actually gave you guys now 560 calls into the close, and that ended up being what did that end up being? Oh, wow. That was a 1000% trade. I didn't even realize. Very nice. Well, close, 880%. So, close, not 1000%, but 880%. So not bad at all. Anyways, so that's pretty much it. A lot of the stuff worked out nicely. We just played the trends on the SPY. It wasn't really a super complicated day. Some of the stuff that didn't work was just like X, a little bit too far out of the money. I grabbed 20 calls this morning, didn't work. Grabbed some XOM and CVX. Oil started to come in, those didn't work. Overall, though, the hit rate was really high. I think we had like 30 or 40 trades today, and 4 or 5 of them didn't work. So not a super big deal. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, go to spartantrading.com. When the market gives us this much range, you get a ton of opportunity in the market. So, let's hope this range can continue. We'll see what happens next week, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Talk to you guys later. See ya.